A digital storm is gathering right now. And this isn't just another headline about a cyber threat. No, this is different. It's a storm with unbelievable power, and right in the middle of it is your data. It's the target.
Don't for a second think this is some far-off future problem. I mean, look at this quote. The quantum countdown has begun. That clock is literally ticking down as we speak. Because the threat isn't coming. It's already here. It's active right now.
Okay, let's get right into it. Level 1, the invisible heist. This is where the attack starts, and it's happening in a way that none of us can actually see. Right now, adversaries are weaponizing something as simple as data storage. They're pulling off a silent, totally invisible global heist of our digital lives. In this whole strategy, it has a name. You need to remember this acronym, HNDL. It stands for Harvest Now Decrypt Later, and it is a terrifyingly patient plan. Right now, as we speak, your encrypted files, the very ones you think are safe, are being intercepted, captured, and stockpiled. So here's their plan. It's chillingly simple. Step 1, harvest. They just suck up enormous amounts of encrypted data. Step 2, store. They archive it, they sit on it for months, for years. And then, the end game, decrypt. They unlock everything all at once. For them, it's the perfect investment. Zero risk today, but a guaranteed massive payoff tomorrow.
So this brings up a really critical question, and I want you to actually think about it. Where is your most valuable data stored right now? I'm serious. Your financial records, your health data, your private messages. Every last bit of it is an active target in this new invisible war.
Okay, now we're escalating to level 2, the quantum time bomb. All that data they harvested, it's not just sitting there. It's a ticking time bomb. Every single encrypted file is just waiting for one specific trigger to pop it open. And you want to know the scariest part? We know exactly what that detonator is.
That detonator, it's called Shor's algorithm. You can basically think of it as a universal master key. It's been specifically designed to unlock the encryption we all use today, things like RSA and ECC. It doesn't just pick the lock, it completely shatters the mathematical foundation of our entire digital security.
This chart really just lays it all out. On one side, you've got our digital locks, which are already obsolete. They just don't know it yet. Why? Because the math problems they're built on, problems that are incredibly hard for our best supercomputers, are a walk in the park for a quantum computer running Shor's. Our encryption is on borrowed time. The breach isn't a maybe, it is a mathematical inevitability. Now, this timeline is absolutely crucial. Look at it. We are in the 2026 window. That means the data harvest is ramping up right now. Then you see 2030, the estimated Q-day. And here's the key. Q-day isn't the start of the attack. It's the end. It's the day all that stolen data gets unlocked. It is the detonation date.
2030. Just let that year sink in. The Cloud Security Alliance, lots of other experts, they're all pointing to this as the year a CRQC arrives. That's a cryptographically relevant quantum computer. Basically, a machine powerful enough to run Shor's algorithm and just tear through our current encryption.
But look, this isn't just a story about doom and gloom. This threat has kicked off a massive response. Which brings us to level 3, forging new shields. For years now, a global race against time has been going on, with the world's best minds coming together to build a new generation of cryptographic weapons. Leading this whole charge is the National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST. This is the part of the government that sets our most critical tech standards. And what NIST did was launch this huge multi-year global competition. They basically called on the world's greatest cryptographers to build and test brand new algorithms that could act as our new quantum-resistant shields. And after all that work, we have the winners. They're here, they're finalized standards. This table shows the new shields we all have to adopt now. The big one for day-to-day stuff is FIPS 203, which uses an algorithm called ML-KEM. Think of this as the new workhorse for encryption. Then you've got FIPS 204, using ML-DSA. That's for digital signatures. You know, the thing that proves a piece of software is legit. So, let's just think of these as your new quantum armor. ML-KEM, that's your main shield. It protects your data, your private messages. ML-DSA, that's how you prove you are who you say you are online. And they even built in SLH-DSA, which is a backup based on totally different math, just in case. The main point is, these are designed to stand up to attacks from both today's computers and tomorrow's quantum computers. So, this brings us to level 4. And this is where it all gets very real and very practical. We are moving from theory to your personal toolkit. Because these new shields, they're not just sitting on a piece of paper. They're already in your hands. You should be using them today.
So let me ask you a direct question. Are your private conversations safe from this threat? Are your passwords, the keys to your entire kingdom, are they quantum safe? Well, the good news is you don't have to figure this out on your own. Some of the biggest and most trusted tools in the world are already deploying these new defenses for you.
This checklist shows you who's on the front line. We're talking about huge platforms. Apple's iMessage is now using a protocol called PQ3. You've got Signal, you've got 1Password, even the physical hardware keys from YubiKey now support these new algorithms. All of these companies are actively hardening their systems against these Harvest Now Decrypt Later attacks. Okay, I'm being serious now. I want you to actually pause this explainer for just a second. Open your password manager right now. Go dig around in the security settings or check their website. Look for PQC, that's post-quantum cryptography, or for ML-KEM. You have to verify that your most critical tools are being upgraded.
And that brings us to the final escalation, Level 5, the Great Digital Mandate. Because at this stage, this whole transition, it's not a choice anymore. Not for companies, not for governments. It has become a global, top-down, non-negotiable mandate.
All around the world, governments are now forcing everyone to move to post-quantum cryptography. I mean, the risk to national security, to the economy, it's just too high to ignore. Inaction is simply not an option anymore. We're now seeing strict deadlines, creating a kind of forced evolution for our digital defenses.
This table just gives you a quick snapshot of how big this is. In the US, you've got laws like NQIR and National Security Memorandum 10. They are forcing all federal systems to migrate by 2035. Over in the EU, their Cyber Resilience Act is forcing companies to be totally transparent about the crypto they use. The era of quantum vulnerability is being officially and legally shut down.
180. That's not just some random number. Under that NSM-10 mandate, that's how many days U.S. federal agencies were given just to figure out what systems they have that are vulnerable to a quantum attack. Even for the government, the clock is ticking, and it is ticking loudly.
This quote, this gets right to the heart of the problem. Your data encrypted today, health records, financial data, it has to stay safe for decades. A future quantum computer doesn't just break future security, it creates a retroactive data breach. It unlocks the past. The damage from data being stolen today is going to be realized years from now. And once that data is gone, you can never, ever get it back to re-encrypt it.
So the quantum threat is here. The migration to fix it has begun. But the next storm is already forming. The next threat is already hunting. So are you ready for weaponized AI agents? Because in a world with broken encryption, AI won't need a human to guide it. It'll just find, decrypt, and exploit vulnerabilities all on its own, at machine speed. And that's the next battle we need to start preparing for.